I'd like to go over this article from the Epic Times that they just released about Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, what the data really shows, how bad things really are for AB, and of course there's comments from Anheuser-Busch executives saying, oh no, things are good, everything's great, we're just ticking right along. But I also want to point out to you and bring to your awareness how important your comments are. The comments you leave, not just on my video, but there's plenty of other people making videos that talk about Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. And these comments that you're leaving are important. They really are. And I hope you keep leaving comments. So we'll talk about that, but first, here's this article. The headline reads, "These beer brands are eating up Bud Light's business amid Dylan Mulvaney backlash." Bud Light's weekly sales have continued to drop following its marketing connection with a transgender influencer in April, while 4 of its rivals are seeing increases, according to recent data. For the week ending on July 15th, the Anheuser-Busch produced light beer saw its sales tumble about 26.1% year over year, according to data provided to news outlets by Bump William Consulting, citing Nielsen IQ. That's worse than the 23.6% sales drop for the week ending July 4th, the data shows. The data shows that other Anheuser-Busch brands have again seen drops in sales. Budweiser suffered a 10% drop in sales for the same week, while Michelob Ultra and Busch Light saw drops of 1.3% and 2.8% respectively. Competitors, in the meantime, saw their sales increase. Modelo Especial sales were up 13.2% for the July 15 ending week. Pennsylvania-based Yuengling is up a whopping 25%. Coors Light increased by 21.6%, and Miller's Light has gone up by 16.9%. If things continue at the current rate, we'll continue to see Modelo climb the ladder and Miller Lite, Coors Light, and Yuengling gain market share, said Dave Williams, vice president of the firm, and he told that to the New York Post. Bud Light's lows started when the company produced a beer can. Well, we kind of know about this, the beer can with the transgender, Dylan Mulvaney, blah, 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 sparking widespread confusion and backlash on social media. Some prominent conservative influencers, musicians, and others suggested consumers boycott the brand and demand apologies. Well, that's exactly what we did. Weeks later, Anheuser-Busch CEO Michael Doukeris, I'm just going to call him Doofus, Mr. Michael Doofus, in May told investors at the same time that, it's just one can. We just made it for this transgender influencer and blah, blah, blah. And, things kind of got out of hand, and social media-driven misinformation and confusion triggered the backlash, although the company's not directly addressed why the consumers may be unhappy. Mr. Doofus said his company would triple its investment in Bud Light over the summer. Well, ain't we really impressed with that? Throw money at it. However, despite the reported investment, sales of the brand have continued to drop on a weekly basis and is number 2 behind Modelo Especial, which is owned by Constellation Brands for the months of May and June. During the May call with investors, he also said, it's too early to have a full view of the impact of the backlash against LGBT-linked promotions. According to the most recent data, Modelo Especial was the top-selling beer brand for the 4 weeks ended July 1st, with an 8.7% share of overall beer sales through retail stores for that period, while Bud Light came in second at 7% share. Meanwhile, a report from Union, an analytic company, found last week that sales of Bud Light have dropped in all of Union's top markets, and not necessarily representative of politically conservative demographics, with New York and New Jersey losing almost as many points as Texas. Don't mess with Texas. In the Union article, the Light Group, a Hoboken, New Jersey-based restaurant group, revealed that other beer sales have increased in the midst of the Bud Light backlash. We saw our numbers go up across the board for those specific brands. Brandon, I don't know how to pronounce that, Chief Operating Officer at the Light Group, told Union. We haven't seen customers mad at us for carrying Bud Light. More so, customers commenting on purchases from other customers. So what I see them saying there is nobody's bitching, while they're sitting there having a brewski about them still selling Bud Light, but they are making a fuss over the people who are sitting in there drinking the Bud Light. The recent sales figures prompted a warning from a former Anheuser-Busch executive. He said, "I think there's going to be some permanent damage to this brand." Name is Mr. Fredericks, and he told that to Newsweek earlier this month. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a long way to go to get back the market share they've lost, and a lot of headwind in front of them. The former executive who departed the company years ago said Bud Light may suffer permanent damage from the backlash, adding that it is spreading from Bud Light to their other brands. It also means not only Bud Light, but a lot of the other brands in their portfolio are also going to be losing shelf space, he said. Anheuser-Busch has not issued a public comment on the recent sales figures. The Epoch Times has contacted the company for comment. But in a recent comment to several media outlets about the slumping sales, a spokesperson for Anheuser-Busch told news outlets that for the year-to-date period, Bud Light is still the #1 brand in the industry for both dollar and overall volume at an 8.7 share. The Anheuser-Busch portfolio continues to be the leader of the category as the #1 brewer at 35.6 share in the latest week, the spokesperson said. Brandon Whitworth, Anheuser-Busch's CEO in the United States, has avoided publicly and explicitly defending the Mulvaney promotional content. When he was asked about the controversy, Mr. Whitworth told CBS News this month, "Over the last month, we've talked to over 100,000 customers, and their feedback is very clear. The feedback is to reinforce what Bud Light has always meant to them," he said, "which is good times, goodwill, and easy enjoyment." So there you go. Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light and all those folks think they're still #1. They're still in the driver's seat, still denying. No matter what the data says, sales are down, but people are coming back. And that's the part where your comments on videos are extremely important, because it does a couple of things. One, the Anheuser-Busch people look at the videos and they look at the comments. Don't kid yourself. They look at them. They want to get a feel for when are people coming back, because that's their only salvation. Sales are gone and they keep going down, and Anheuser-Busch keeps thinking, yeah, but these people are going to forget all about this, and they're going to forgive us, and they're going to come back, and we're not going to have to do anything for them or to them to make it right. They're going to come back. So your comments, when you let other people know just exactly how you feel about it, that's tremendous. And it's also an encouragement to other people who feel the same way that you do. You know, I made a video about, I don't know, 10, 12 days ago about the commercial that Bud Light did at the first of the month, where they're trying to get us to feel sorry for their employees. You know, that sucker's had over 170,000 views, and let me tell you, the comments, I haven't looked today or lately, but it's over 2,500. Over 2,500 people took the time to make a comment. And I'm telling you, I didn't see any comments about how much they love Bud Light and how it all brings us together. And oh gee, I sure miss it. So your comments are extremely important on any of the videos that you watch. So if you don't mind, hey, leave a comment.